In Guyana, at the National Stadium Providence. Bring the entire family out for a night of worship and praise in the presence of God. The celebration is on Saturday, June 9th, 18:30 hours.
6:30 p.m.
Redeemer Band, all-women worship band, Sean English, Sean Sobers, Dominion Dancers, and many more. It's Tasha Cup and her band
Live in concert
in Guyana. Mark your calendars. It's going to be big. Tickets $1,500 and $2,000 at the gate.
Welcome back. Several weeks ago, we reported on a group of American Adventist volunteers who went to build homes for villagers deep within the interior. They have completed their work and are now on their way back to the U.S. Wendell Jeffrey caught up with the group and filed this report.
Dr. Price, tell us a little about the mission. What were you able to achieve since you came to Guyana?
Well, I'm so happy the team was able to go to Ice Shelton. We were there, even though our time there wasn't, a whole year. The time we were there, so much was able to happen.
George, the folks are back from Ice Shelton and they have got testimonies, they've got stories they'd love to tell. They've done some construction, they've talked about the wellness center before they went up there. And here's a take of what the experience that they have had and some of the testimonies. Hear them live.
And we were able to see over 42 medical patients.
I super appreciate the differences I've seen, like how there's the culture here in Georgetown, and then there's the culture that we were with in Ice Shelton. It's a beautiful, beautiful culture as well. I got a name when I came to Guyana. It's a Wapashana name, and it is Konaiki, and it means happy.
My name is Akai, which means fruit basket. That's my Wapashana name. But I also got another Wapashana name, it's Tumrali, which means dog man, or man who lives with animals. It's a place I definitely like to come back to, and not just for the scenery or the location, but really the people are awesome, and I'm gonna miss them. I really am.
How was Guyana?
It was great. I think my favorite part was definitely the food.
Cheese and wings.
The curry, the roti. My name is Isaiah. I got my Wapashana name, which is Tuminar, which means handsome.
Handsome? Yeah? You come back and marry one of these Guyanese girls?
We were able to build our wellness center. We have about 5 rooms in the center, over 900 square feet, and God is just expanding the people there. The whole entire community has been reached. And now, not only do we have a wellness center built, a place where people will be able to come and find natural ways of healing, where they won't necessarily have to stay on these medications that cause different side effects, but they'll actually be able to be healed from their allergies or high blood pressure, diabetes. They'll be able to actually get the help they need.
Here we go, George. The intention is for them to come back. Some of them are planning to come back within a year's time. The leader was saying that NAPS never really leaves, that they have groups here and teams that will continue to work. But the team from the United States, they're planning to come back next year, and we hope that they'll continue the work that they're doing here in Guyana. Back to you, George.
Thanks, Wendell. Guyana's newest roundabout is now officially open to the public. This morning, the Ministry of Public Infrastructure commissioned the Kitty Roundabout. Minister David Patterson also used the time to announce plans for the construction of more roundabouts in Region 4. The identified areas for roundabouts were the Mandela Homestretch Avenue Junction in Georgetown and the Tamiri Junction on the east bank of Demerara. Roundabouts worldwide facilitate the smoother and quicker flow of traffic at road intersections. The speed limit when inside this roundabout is 30 kilometers per hour. Minister David Patterson explained that his ministry plans to develop the length of the Kitty Seawall waterfront. While the roundabout is functional, the contractor is expected to also install traffic lights, more traffic signs, pedestrian crossings, and decorating the center with flowers from around the Caribbean. One former prisoner alleges that contraband smuggling, abuse, and sexual misconduct allegedly runs rampant in our nation's prisons. Here's Esther Sobers with more.
Over the years, the Guyana Prison Service has received public scrutiny for escapes, allegations of prisoner abuse, and most frequently, contraband smuggling. In a previous newscast, we spoke to a former prison inmate, Travis Sobers. Sobers had been incarcerated at Maruni, Camp Street, and after last year's fire, Lozignam Prison. In this interview, the very vocal ex-inmate alleges that sexual misconduct is common in Guyana's correctional facilities.
This guy that came in, he'd be dressing, looking good and dressing nice, and you would hear the other guys would say, "This Miguel." Well, you know the gentleman said, "This you girl is what?" At one time, it was given, at that time, previous administration, PPP, they was distributing condoms to the prison because they was informed that a lot of sexual activities is going on in the prison. So it was, not majority, but some of us was against it.
Though condom distribution was present as a means of stemming the spread of STDs among inmates, it was not welcomed by many. According to Travis, some prisoners felt that distribution of condoms would encourage other prisoners to partake in a sexual lifestyle which they do not condone.
It had some discrepancies with it and some things that people didn't really agree on. It was just blocked out. They did not bring back any because, you see, it was causing problem. Because people who came in prison got into sexual activities with prison forcefully, not willingly. People just force you into this. If you want to do this, say, we kill you. And some of them would say, I done it long, boy. You done it 9 years already. You can't seize up like this. I gotta find somebody for loose it off.
Have anyone ever tried to make sexual advances towards you?
No. Probably yes, one time at Mazaruni when I was a high profile prisoner, and a guy approached me once and I said, you know, he was like, "You're a nice, handsome young guy." I said, "Well, I hear you saying, but I am not into this here."
In Guyana's prison system, prisoners are not allowed to have conjugal visits. Nonetheless, sex among prisoners have been prevalent for years, and according to the former inmate, it's not only prisoners having sex with each other.
There are some of the prison officers, though, who take part in sexual activity with prisoners.
Have you seen this?
I've seen it once, yes.
While these sexual acts among prisoners and prison wardens may not occur in the prison cell, Travis alleges that most of these acts do not occur within the prison walls. He claims that certain prison wardens abuse the off-site convict work program. Travis further alleges that complaints were made to the administration, but they were not taken seriously.
Why is it this man couldn't picking up this special prisoner every day, you know, for going and give sexual activity to him? You're saying he's going to work, and yet again, when you look in the yard, you're not seeing nobody working. And when the prison administration hear this, they are saying you're relying on the prison officer. Yes, the prison administration, they don't go against the officers. They said you're lying.
The former prisoner hopes that the prison administration investigates his claims of sexual misconduct in the prisons, as well as receiving special privileges. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. After the break, volcano eruption kills 25, and Philippine president receives flack over kissing worker. But first, here's this week's bridge retraction schedule.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Mucka Heavenly Light presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert in Guyana at the National Stadium Providence. Bring the entire family out for a night of worship and praise in the presence of God. The celebration is on Saturday, June 9th, 18:30 hours,
6:30 p.m.
featuring Redeemer Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean English, Sean Sobers, Dominion Dancers, and many more. It's Tasha Cobb and her band
Live in concert
in Guyana. Mark your calendars. It's going to be big. Tickets $1,500 and $2,000 at the gate.
Welcome back. Here's Bibi Bacchus with the regional and international headlines of the day.
At least one village in Guatemala has been completely destroyed after the volcano fire erupted. Sergio Cabanas, head of Guatemala's disaster agency CONRED, described the scene as a river of lava that overflowed its banks and affected the El Rodeo village. There are injured, burned, and dead people. The death toll stands at 25, but it is expected to rise. Nearly 300 are believed to have been injured, and around 3,100 people have been evacuated from nearby communities, according to the authorities. Over the weekend, the Venezuelan government released from prison 79 opposition politicians and activists. Communications Minister Jorge Rodriguez said it was a goodwill gesture to help ease tensions. The announcement comes after the re-election of President Nicolas Maduro to another 6-year term. The opposition and several foreign governments denounced the elections, calling it rigged. 14 countries recalled their ambassadors from Caracas in protest of Maduro's victory. And in international news, North Korea's top 3 military officials have been replaced ahead of a historic summit between leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump, according to multiple reports. All 3 appear to have been replaced by younger Kim loyalists, part of an ongoing transformation of the country's political and military establishment, since the young leader took power in 2011. And finally, Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte is under fire again. This time, it's for kissing an overseas Filipino worker on the lips during a live televised event. Duterte was speaking to a crowd of overseas Philippine workers in South Korea when he called a woman on stage, then convinced her to kiss him. The scenes drew cheers from the crowd. However, Philippines rights group Gabriela described the actions as disgusting theatrics of a misogynist president. The woman involved later said there was no malice in the kiss. This is not the first time Duterte has displayed inappropriate behavior and comments towards women in public. During a televised event in May of last year, Duterte joked that his security forces are allowed to rape up to 3 female rebel soldiers without facing consequences. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. As of news time, the Associated Press reports that the death toll in the Guatemala volcano eruption has risen to 62. Here's the weather for the week. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed day.